hands-on look at the 19-inch Atomos Sumo 19 recorder monitor. So I've been using the Atomos Sumo 19 for about a month now, and I really like this device. It's fairly large, as you can see here. This is my 12.9-inch iPad Pro in front of the Atomos Sumo 19, so you can see that screen's fairly large, 19-inch diagonal. Now we're going to turn it around here and show you what's all on the back, and there's lots and lots of features to be found here. Now one of the first things you'll see are the two fan exhaust outputs, and these do make some noise, so you'll want to use a nice directional mic if you're recording audio. And there's also a spot for Visa accessories. I have a Matthews mount there to mount on a C-stand, but you also have two metal feet that can be attached or removed. Now there's the power button, there's a remote input, and then you have the quad link SDI input and outputs. So this is going to allow you to eventually use multicam with this monitor. There's also HDMI in and HDMI out to go out to a monitor as well. There is a Kensington lock, and there is your speaker output. It's not very powerful, but it does the job if you're just reviewing footage. There's also battery inputs. So this is really nice because the Atomos Sumo 19 comes with a plate, a Visa plate, that you can use to mount basically V-Lock batteries that can be used with XLR, and they will fill over when one battery dies, which is nice. There's also XLR DC input. There's also XLR audio inputs and outputs as well, along with a headphone output if you want to monitor with headphones, which is really nice. Now I did mention that I bought one of these Matthews mounts to easily just install on the back of the Atomos Sumo 19. This allows me to quickly mount on a C-stand, and this is really nice because I can throw it on a C-stand when I'm in the process of recording, especially if I'm recording myself talking or whatever the case may be. And then when I'm done, I can remove it from the C-stand and then just use the built-in feet to sit it on my desk if I want to use the Sumo 19 as a monitor. So this thing basically is an end-to-end solution for recording, monitoring, and even cutting in post and color grading and things like that. Now, Atomos includes one Master Caddy 2, and you'll need to populate this with an SSD. I used a 1 terabyte SSD, which is going to give me tons of recording time, and you simply slide it in. It uses friction, and when you want to remove it, you simply just pull it out. Super simple, couldn't be easier, and I think it's built in a way that it's going to hold up over time. There's also plenty of mount points to install and mount accessories. So you're going to have them on top, on the bottom, on the sides. There are 10 different mount points on the Atomos Sumo 19, so plenty of space to add accessories. There's also, again, the metal feet, and these actually mount on the bottom mount points, and you can easily remove those. There's also these 4 mount points on the front for the sun hood, which Atomos is actually for a limited time giving away for free for people who purchase the Atomos Sumo 19. Now, I mentioned that it comes with one Master Caddy. I purchased a box of additional ones, and I have 4 1 terabyte drives, so plenty of storage space to record all day. Now, when you power on the Sumo 19, this is what you see, and I have a camera already set up here that's going into the HDMI input, and you see it right there. So now it's fired up. So this camera is live, and you're able to see exactly what I'm seeing now. So I'm going to insert one of the drives, and in just a second, you'll see the record button highlight, and I can actually press that record button now. So let's go through with just a little bit of the different features here. You have your inputs, you have that quad link SDI. Again, you will be able to record 1080p 60 frames per second sources in a future firmware update. There's also record formats. You can choose between ProRes and Avid DNX HR, and you can also switch between the different quality types. You can have up to 6 hours of recording with a 1 terabyte drive if you use ProRes LT. There's also audio options here, and like for instance, you can set frame delays. It has phantom power. There's a lot of features here, and I can record directly from my shotgun mic, which is XLR, directly into the Sumo 19. Super handy. There's also waveforms. You can go in and add waveforms to the screen, and you can adjust the different sizes of those waveforms. There's also the ability to adjust the transparency and the brightness, and there are other tools that you can add to the screen as well. Let's skip over to the monitor assist tools. So focus peaking is enabled, as you can see there. You can turn that off or on. You can change the different modes. You can change the colors, of course. There's also things like zebras and more different monitoring tools. You can also zoom in and actually pan around just by tapping and dragging on the screen like this and making sure that you acquire the proper focus. So super handy tool there. So we can just get back out of that. Let's actually tap that. And now we're back to a one-to-one view. All right, so let's talk about some of the tagging tools, which are super handy for Final Cut Pro 10 users. This is going to allow you to easily tag footage as you're recording or tag the footage as you're reviewing it, playing it back on the display. Now, let's go ahead and record. So I'm doing so right now. You see a little red line that goes around, but you can also enable tally mode just like this. So you can make it so that you see a little light that flashes depending on your needs or how you like it. You can also tap the screen to remove the UI so that you're able to see the full display. And then like I mentioned earlier, you can easily tap to start tagging footage. And then when you're ready to stop, just tap it again. And then when you play that footage back, you're going to be able to view those tags. There's also monitor mode where you can set HDR settings, change brightness and things like that. That's a little more out of my realm right now, but I am going to learn about that and start using that as well. So I'll follow up in a future video with that. But as you can see, the little green line there showing the tag that we set, so I could actually export that XML and then use that right in Final Cut Pro and then just key in on that specific area that I tagged. And you can see you can have different playback speeds like this, and I can go back to full speed. Just tons of different options as you can see here. So we're going to pop out this drive, I'm going to insert the other drive and play back some footage that I recorded a while back. So I just tap here and then I can go and view footage from the other day. So I just tap there. And now I'm playing back footage that I recorded earlier. I can go in and again, tag this footage if I want to, just review it, see what I want to use. So I'm going to go in and turn off focus peaking. I think that looks good. So now I can tap the screen to remove the UI, tap it again, and now we're going to set a tag. So I'm going to favorite that. I know I want to use this footage on an upcoming project, so tap it again to stop. And you can see a little green line there indicating favorite. So I can tap exporting XML. It's exporting the keyword data, and then I can import that directly from the drive when I connect it to my computer into Final Cut Pro 10. So super handy tool. Now, I mentioned that I have that Matthews mount so I can put it on the C stand. This is really cool for when you want to get the monitor out of the way and you want to be on set or whatever the case may be and you just want to start recording. This is really handy for that. You can move the device around however you need to move it. And it's great when you're recording so that you can easily adjust the monitor so you can view what you're recording at any given time. So super handy, and then you can easily take it off, use the built-in feet, and then sit it on your desk, connect your MacBook, and then use it as an external display to grade your footage. Be sure to check out the full post over at 9 to 5 Toys. I have way more details on this, including brightness details, 1200 nits, ridiculous brightness, so you're gonna be able to see this in direct sunlight, and much more. Check out the full post over at 9 to 5 Toys, and stay tuned for future coverage of the Atomos Sumo 19.